2 for Anshan, 2 for Mexico City. Factories and now research labs all getting a good boost. Speaking of, we better build some. Up to 45 diplomatic favor per turn now. Look at that, plus 25 from extras. But we've still got embassies, alliances, governments, suzerains. There's a lot of stuff coming in that helps. Research lab. Oh yeah, nuclear program. Where are you? You are up there. This is what I was looking for. Science foundations. I think you could really start to beeline a lot of scientist points with that one. And there's Stephanie, who is kind of quite curious as well. And Canada is now going to space and has satellites. All of this stuff is quite worrying, I won't lie. Oh my goodness, it is possible. It is possible. We can build Golden Gate across this stretch. It's connecting a cliff to a cliff, so it is functionally useless. No one will be able to use it, but still. You've got to give it a go. Why not? Oh, it's terrible. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. It is still terrible, but it's funny. It's burned down again. Like, again. How many times has that one tile been blown up? I just don't know. That's crazy. Has it killed another population? No, it hasn't. At least it didn't kill a population, but honestly. Anyway, Anshan, you're mine now, fool. Starting to really build research labs everywhere now. We've got actually loads of things. In the next couple of turns, we will have this research lab finished, this one completed, a campus finished, a university finished, shortly followed by another university, another campus, and another research lab, and another research. I mean, honestly, crazy science. How much science does one city need? No one knows. Oh no, look at that. -1 carbon emissions penalty. Boo! Oh, I'm actually starting to burn coal now. We don't like to see that. Have I got to stop my railroad and stop this diplomatic favor burn? No. No, what am I saying? Stop the railroad? Ha ha ha. Oh dear. Let's now crank out some spies. Guess where we're going to get our science from? The tech leader. 9 techs ahead of me. Yeah, that means our spies should be able to do some good work. Oh, I feel filthy though. Like, why spies? Why? I think it's just the randomness. It's the fact that you can do all the right things and it's still just like, it doesn't work for some strange reason. And you're like, why? So Canada has just completed their Earth satellite. And coincidentally, the alliance has now expired. Now, for now, I don't think they're going to win in the next 30 turns. So I will declare friendship with them, but I'm not going to send them an alliance. Reason being, as we've discussed before, is that now I can send my spies over. And with my spies, well, hopefully we will find ourselves a good opportunity to get as many different boosts as we can. There you go, there's all the other alliances now upped and renewed. Tea and silk, beautiful. Yeah, Rome is genuinely starting to increase its tourism now. They're up to 400. Remember, I normally say 1,000 to 1,500, and that's the victory. Let's keep an eye on that. Hopefully, at some point, I will become the culture victor. No, it's currently Canada. Yeah, we need a lot more culture per turn if we're going to fight off Rome, but what can you do? I just bought 3 books from Rome. It reduces their tourism ever so slightly, but I also get a little bit of extra science because I am suzerain of Anshan. We're now above 300. We fixed the research lab, and I got a university finished over in City 9. So my science is genuinely starting to increase now. We are the 3rd person above 300. If I can get above 400 in the next 5 turns or so, it would help me believe that I could catch up even quicker. Flight, that's cool. But oil, let's figure out if we have oil. Oh, we just gained 30 science last turn. What was that? I know a campus just finished there. Did we finish anything else at the same time? Oh, I don't even know. Don't complain though. Okay, we've only got 1 spy available. Looks like Windsor's a good target. Quicker for me to get to. Minor city, Canada is unlikely to be protecting it. Off you go. Let's just give it a crack. Go on, let's roll these RNG dice, Sid. Give me some oil. Bless me with your oily radiance. Please, I need it. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. And looks like we have no oil at all. Yay! Didn't win the World's Fair either. There's not much we could do about that one. Our nation is just a little bit rubbish. Okay, the short answer is that there doesn't appear to be much oil around me, although there is a tiny bit over here. Okay, City 11, go work that oil for me. If we get another settler off in this direction, we could put a settlement down that gives us 2 sources as well. Right there. And then aqueduct over, something like that. that. Yep, okay, go do it. Go get the oil. Oh, we're running out of era score as well. I thought we'd have endless era score from this point onwards. Hasn't proven to be. Admittedly, I've kind of stopped putting national parks down, but a couple more. Maybe we can at least avoid a dark age. Tell you what we haven't found, and that is a spaceport. Let's go radio to see if we can find aluminium. Yeah, the spaceport is going to be quite important if we actually want to go to space. You know, minor result there. Well, this might be quite tricky. This is a very important World Congress. We need to win everything we can here. I have more victory points than anyone else put together right now, so I'm going to vote for myself. And if we have a look, not at how many votes I'm throwing, but the diplomatic cost, we're going to find the next best person, which is India, with 500 points. We're going to keep increasing to the point where my votes get more than that. 11 votes. That should be more than anybody else can put on themselves. And more importantly, it should be that nobody votes on anyone but themselves. So this hopefully will win me the 2 extra points. And it's a case of using my remaining 205 points to force the other 2 votes. I am going to discount coal power plants, and we're going to say no tourism to great works of writing. Both of these are a little bit vague, but if I vote heavily on them, I should be able to skew them because the AI is unlikely to really care about either of them. They won't put many points on. Hopefully their apathy will get me that. Yeah, look at that. Only 5 votes. We actually managed to really skew this. Everyone wanted A on both of them, but I actually had enough voting power to win that. And here we go. Look, Gandhi and Canada both voted 10 times themselves. I did the 11. That could not have gone more perfectly. There is the 5 diplomacy points. We are now on 18 out of 20 points. And oh look what we're building in 3 turns. It's Statue of Liberty. In 3 turns, we will win the diplomatic victory. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not going to be the end of this run. We will claim a technical victory, and I will show you the end game screen when it pops up in a second. But I think I'm going to continue. I'm going to 1 turn this game for a little longer. I'm currently 9 techs behind Canada, and Rome is at a risk of winning a culture victory. I want to see how likely would it be. I might not go all the way and get the entire science victory, but I want to see how likely it would be that I would be able to catch up with Canada and win a science victory before they won one. Oh, I didn't realize there's actually some oil over by Crater Lake. Nice. But yeah, we're going to just run this game forward. I don't know at what point we'll finish it, but I mean, I am behind on science, and we did say at the beginning we were going to go for a very scientific little run. I pushed my science to 350 now. About 3 more turns to see if we can get to 400, like I said before. Yeah, this game's not over yet. Not over yet. I just want to see how far we can push this. I'm also going to start throwing a couple more trade routes into City 5 to get the Golden Gate Bridge. One thing that I should be using more is colonial taxes, because 25% bonus gold in production, or 10% production, on a city not on my original continent, it is a card that means that you should stop using your capital as soon as you can. This is something I don't do enough. In Civ, I'm very likely to use either my first or second city as my Magnus or Pingala city. You should really back yourself to use very advanced tech like industrial era and beyond to go and find a random city in a perfect location around the world. Say like, on some random bit of tundra, and then go and make a perfect city for yourself with like Casa, that policy card. Often the results of a city like that can be so much better than anything you could ever throw out. Oh, Abdus would be amazing. All Eurekas from the information era. This is actually one of those games where the AI being so far ahead really works for me, because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boosts. Okay, campus research grants. Yeah, let's start rocking these in cities that have got a lot of stuff finished. That's awesome. I love it. Here is the aforementioned source of oil. Wow, that adds so much production to a city. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but I am deliberately going to let myself fall into a dark age this time, or a normal age if it happens. I don't mind. That's fine for me. I think I've got the loyalty to keep pretty much every one of my cities, or at least the cities that matter, and we've got governors if not. Like this one might be a bit of a problem down here, City 12, but maybe the Dark Age policy cards will give us a little bit of a boost, and going heroic into information era would be really cool, provided the AI hasn't won by that point, which, I mean, currently Canada doesn't have nanotech or smart materials, so you never know. Oh, we're up to 395 science per turn now. Look at that. Lovely. We hit 400 science as well, so we are only the second civ to go to 400. We actually beat Rome to it, and in a second we should be able to pull ahead of Canada on science. Tell you what, I might have bad early games, but nobody can hit the late game quite like Ursa. It's my specialty. Switch the lights on, make a civ go nuts. Well, given the fact that I've got a little bit of oil now, I might end up switching one of my power plants if I can with electricity, just because my carbon output is starting to increase, and and we've only got 9 turns until we flood. Actually, this is really bad. I need to get computers as soon as I can. I think I'm at genuine risk of flooding here. How many floodable tiles have I got? Okay, it's not as bad as I feared, but I think it might be at least some. If I search for coastal lowland just so I can see them a little bit better. This is lowland 1. This is the first level. City 2 might disappear. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we do have some. And my oil. Oh, no. This isn't good at all. That is my only source of oil. Okay, right. We actually need to go and settle this oil, which is unbelievable. I wasn't going to stick a city there, but I'm going to have to. And I'm going to stop my railroad antics for a second. Minimum carbon in the atmosphere as possible. -4 power. Maybe I should go all the way to solar farms. Make sure we're putting a little bit of environmental energy into the sky. I think Rome, my military ally, has just gone into space themselves because I have a lot of stuff unlocking all of a sudden. Yay, the map. Well, we'll be able to have a quick look and see how Canada's doing and everyone else. Statue of Liberty will interrupt us briefly though for diplomatic victory points when built. All cities within 6 tiles are always 100% loyal. If I'm going into a dark age, that is quite a useful thing, but that gives me the diplomatic victory. Nuclear program is a card which will give me almost endless engineer and scientist points. I don't need monarchic legacy anymore, so let's get rid of that. We can start selling our diplo favor now. In fact, actually, that's more valuable than Republican legacy. Let's get rid of that. My spy has arrived in Canada, and we've only got a 37% boost. Actually, just changed my government around. Have I got the card that gives me better boost? Like, we've got nuclear espionage now. That's cool, but I haven't got the one that gives me better spy missions. Is that Cold War in the next era? I think it might be. But here is the map. Canada actually didn't really get much tundra at all. I think this shuffle map must have been hot. There's a lot of desert, like a lot of desert around the map. So Canada did get a little bit screwed over on this, but Gobistan with a little bit of mountains, some fresh water, a lot of space over to the right. Yeah, they really did go coast to coast. Pretty cool. Rome, I think, got the luckiest on space. Not a huge amount of fresh water on a large chunk of it, and actually not a lot of space for them to put their unique bath district down, including their capital. Their capital? No, they actually put a camp with some deer down. Yeah, they could have put an aqueduct down if they wanted to, but Rome had the most space out of everyone. I did steal the edges of 2 areas for them, but compare that to the Dutch. Oh my lord, I thought I was squeezed. This is even worse. They actually had mountains that blocked their exploration. They've kept themselves pretty safe, but yeah, I'm surprised they didn't end up going out. India, a lot of space actually, a lot of desert, but there was a lot of space. I think actually Nubia probably had the best spawn. Again, lots of desert, but they actually need desert. I think Nubia probably have underplayed this game a little bit. Still, it's a very strange start. I really did not get a lot of space here, considering where Canada was, and they went straight towards me. See if we can catch them up. Let's go. Ooh, gain sources, and then we'll try and steal in a second. Here's the victory screen. The diplomatic victory, a normal civilization. It was our lack of redeeming qualities that meant that the AI was so willing to fall behind us. This man literally stands for nothing. We love it. Herbert Hoover. Very good indeed. Buildings constructed. You can see I am beginning to catch up and overtake the AI. Cities captured. The 1. That was a 3 city. Cities founded. I actually have founded the most. Nubia, Rome, looking at you. Very disappointed. Cities lost. Wilhelmina. Oh, loyalty was not your friend this game. Districts constructed. Somehow we actually out-districted everyone else as well. Look at how slow our start was. Great people earned. Terrible, but actually we're going to start running a load of those now. Player culture. Yep, Caesar has had a really cultural game. Faith, again, it's actually all 3 of Caesar, Nubia, and India have been going really nicely. Science, look, I've actually just gone whoo towards the end of the game and I'm just about to take the lead. It's a bit of happiness loss, but I've just lost at the end there. Score, we're now up to 3rd, but we're gaining on Rome. Religions founded, they had all been taken by about turn 75. Units killed. Rome, very aggressive in this game. I've actually killed a bunch of units. I think most of those are religious units, to be honest, and units lost. 1, 2, 3, mostly scouts and wonders constructed. Look, bam, that was a bit of an era score drive there. But let's one more turn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I will pull off the science victory, not if I actually gain the science victory, but if any point I overtake everyone else. So if I can get ahead of the AI on all this stuff, I will claim that as a bit of an effective victory. Plus, we'll keep an eye on Rome and see if they ever would have got a culture victory. Unless we see Rome with tourism of more than 1,000, they're on 346. I'm gonna suggest they probably would never get there. Might feel a bit harsh to say, but I don't think that's far off being accurate. Oh, I can now sell my Diplo favor as well, now that I've won this. Oh, it's such a good economic boost. That's why I love monarchy so much. It's such, I mean, yeah, there are better better governments in terms of the economics of it, like Merchant Republic gaining 15% production on districts and gaining more gold. That can be really good, but the gold you get just from trading your diplo favor away. Oh, silly numbers. Silly numbers. One research lab there, and then another research lab there. Okay, that has given us an effective extra 10 scientist points per turn. With my card in, we're gaining 75. I think we should be able to get Abdus, which is a really big pickup. And once Abdus is there, then hopefully Carl Sagan, Stephanie is the one we want. So all of my cities that are finishing up on my science projects are now, or as soon as they've got research labs, I should say, they are now jumping on grant projects. That's my new priority. 138 points that turn. Oh yes. Another city over here. This is how I'm going to get my fix of oil. Go on, computers. Go on. As quick as you can, please. I need all the computers you can get. So many research labs though now. We've now shot past Canada in terms of science per turn. I'm going to be the first to 500. There is computers. 4 turns until flooding. Oh dear. I think a lot of cities are going to have to just stop whatever they're doing. Start building a flood barrier as soon as possible. There is no Valletta to save you today. Oh, that's a painful one. Oh no. Next, we need to unlock Rocketry. Oh, my tank is the first oil unit of the world and I found it in a meteor. Cool. Well, that era score on the last turn has actually avoided me a dark age. Is that a good thing? I don't know. We'll take it. The atomic era. Now, it would have actually been quite nice to get a golden age in this era because I could have got, I think, Sky and Stars? No, we're one before that. Okay, that's fine. So, heartbeat of steam for each industrial or later building constructed. This, I think, is the most likely one to win. We're not going to kill many cores and armies. We're not going to extract many artifacts. We're not going to get many spy operations. So, heartbeat of steam it is. Ideology. That's useful. That's reset a bunch of our cards. 5-year plan. Economic union. And now I'm going to put military research in, given how many walls we've got. Actually, do we really need economic union? I'm going to put rationalism in. Let's go full science. Let's science this out to the maximum level. 551 per turn now. Excellent. And Matthew Perry. Could I be any more excited? No, I could not. He will actually give me pretty much a whole city-state for 3. Best used probably somewhere like Bandar Brunei. That will give me 15% gold across my nation. If I can remember where it actually is. Oh, here. Can't get to that via the sea. All right, next best thing, maybe Armagh. Not really very beneficial for me. Mexico City. Oh, Mexico Cities would actually be quite good, but again, not access. No to the coast. Kabul? Yeah, all right, Kabul. Let's take that instead. Rocketry. Satellites will give us solar farms, which will let me just try and break away from my crippling coal dependency. Do have some more oil in now, though. Next turn. No, 2 turns away from the world flooding. Oh, dear. That's no fun. And, well, okay, we're going to go for the first tech boost. Please win. Please give me a boost. Oh, I'm so going to steal Goddard, though. That's a big pickup for me. Jane Drew. Jane Drew would be cool. It would enable my capital to stay super loyal as it was producing space parts. Big flooding. Big flooding indeed. All right, well, that's no good. Flood barriers have all got a little bit more expensive as I'm building them, which is entirely annoying. But once my capital's done here, we have an army of military engineers that'll pop out and just help to finish all of these off. But I'll start building them as well. They don't get more expensive the more you build. That first flood is not a problem. The second flood, which will be about 15 turns away, that's a big problem. We need to sort this before we get to that point. Oh, I didn't even see the loyalty on this city disappearing as whoopsie. This is on -10. Do I have anyone that can help? Liang, I might need to just send you on a bit of a trip. Just 19 turns, we can keep the city alive. That'll do. Go chop some extra loyalty out, please. Thank you. Big helpful trade routes needed from my capital now. I need the food, I need the production, and I need 17 culture per route. I love Kamasi. So good. Actually, Mexico will bind this to me. Brilliant. Our plants, water parks, all of that now going a little bit quicker. My horde of military engineers is now starting to produce walls. Good. You'll need to go quicker than this, I think. But at least we're making them now. I've got, so many more to finish. Rome has got nanotech, but not smart materials. They are working on project number 3. Ooh, it's not good. They might get to this before me, you know. Electricity. Brilliant. City 3. Could you just very quickly switch to oil power? Thank you so much. Then at least we are reducing our carbon a little bit just to stop the world from flooding. I am super at risk of that. Really, really am. But I also have a lack of coal. So just a little bit of oil power might work well for me here. 3 national parks tessellating over a single mountain range. This is cool. If only I was going for a tourism victory myself, eh? Point out I'm definitely not. It's just would be cool. We just stole nuclear fusion. That is information era. No, that's not good. We're just about to get that boost in 2 turns for Salam. Oh, could you not have waited? Fine, we'll give you Disrupt Rocketry. Someone. I love that. This mod is brilliant. Just the genericness of it. I really do appreciate it. Oh, that's interesting. This kind of proves what I was talking about. By switching to Republican Legacy, away from Market Economy, and that card, Market Economy, was giving me 34 science and culture per turn. Because of the extra happiness, it almost stayed the same. But I'm also getting production and gold and all of the other yields. Staying happy is so important, and professional sports is going to help with that massively. If we can actually power the stadium and the aquatic center, that is a big maybe, to be fair. I don't know if we'll be able to. Oh, Rome is really chucking their rock bands around at the moment, and they are working. Like, yeah, they are. That was 5 tourists in one go they just stole there. How come my rock bands never do that, eh? Where's my luck? 25 population. My capital is doing nice. 9 turns away from a spaceport now. And Abdus. Oh, thank goodness I picked you up. That's brilliant. Carl Sagan. Oh, this is sometimes what happens with scientists. The game has decided we were too far ahead, and now we're not quite as far ahead, which means that Rome is going to get Sagan, and then Canada's going to get Stephanie. That's not great. Well, that means the AI is going to really rush ahead on most projects now. Oh well, we're doing what we can. Yeah, I think Rome just rushed the project because they've now completed the 3rd almost instantaneously. Let's have a quick look and see. Yep, the scientists were taken. So Stephanie has been taken by, I believe, that'll be Canada, right? Yeah. Oh, big loss. Big loss for us. No mind. Abdus gives us all of the information era boosts, telecommunications, guidance systems, lasers, stealth tech, nanotech. We know where it all is now. We can make an appropriate jump towards it. So we will just beeline nanotech, and then I believe we go to this one. I don't actually know whether these are shuffled. Are the future era ones shuffled as well? Let's find out. The only way to find out, isn't it? Cold War. And I actually think I should be getting double boosts from Canada here. This bank and colonial taxes is quite handy, but I'm going to put nuclear espionage in instead. Just for a little bit now. Actually, do we need science foundations as much? Now that the scientists are all gone, probably not. Let's just rearrange things like this. Selling as much as I can, because now we can get stadiums. They're expensive, but they are 100% worth it. Should be able to afford one next term. Amazing. We did it. Golden Gate. This is kind of like a type of victory in itself. The Golden Gate victory. No one needs to worry about the specifics of this one, but it gets 3 immunities. Every tile in the city gains 4 appeal. 100% tourism from improvements in this city. Trade routes going over it. Do really cool things. Not that trade routes can go over it. Oh no, it goes through it. Actually, most of my trade routes go through it. You know, that might actually accidentally give the boost. Maybe it won't work like that, but let's say it does for the purposes of awesome. Oh, that's a cool wonder. It's cool, and more importantly, not only is it a cool wonder, it is of course a wonder that looks cool. So this is my bay. You can see City 1, the capital, my Tundra City, the beautiful Colossus Great Lighthouse 2 Harbor Passage, and now, this will look even better in the dark, won't it? Let me just quickly turn this to night, and the lights turn on. Oh, look at that. I'm actually quite proud of this. For such a random game, we have created like a statement, and even with the Flaming Colossus, more cities should have a Flaming Colossus. Why don't we have that more? Honestly. City number 2, build me an aquatic center, which hits most of my empire. Amazing. For a second, I thought Nubia was going to try and settle on this island. I would have respected that. I mean, it would have been highly annoying, but I would have respected it. I'm glad they didn't. I would, if it were one of these things where I'd have been like, yes, brilliant, very cool, well done, and then I would have sieved the hours. Did I get any uranium? There was uranium in the middle of the campus surrounded by mountains. Oh, it's even cooler than we first thought. It's beautiful. There's some over here as well. Ah, that's great. There we go. Look, stuff is happening. Here is a stadium. Don't forget, every time I get a building like this, my dedication bonus is going off because it's any industrial era building or later. That's basically every building in the game at this point. Every city of mine now is ecstatic, by the way, now that I've finally got professional sports. It's my favorite civic in the game for that reason. Everything is now just producing huge yields for no other reason than just that every single citizen is ecstatically happy. Canada switched to democracy as well. You see, look, everyone's coming around eventually. Quite good that Caesar is still digital democracy. They have ruined the tourism for themselves by doing that, and it just slows them down a little bit. They're about halfway to a cultural victory right now. They haven't found smart materials yet. Canada has. Canada has smart materials. Let's try and figure out where Canada might be then. Somewhere here. Nah, it's not really told us much, is it? I was thinking if Canada was all the way up here, then we'd know that smart materials have been mixed into that direction, but it's unlikely to happen. This is the spy. Oh, please, smart material secrets. Yes, please. No! Oh, the spy failed. You know what? Actually, that's fine. The spies are already useless. In the time it took me to make them and send them over, I have 60 techs. Canada has 61. That's the only tech they could have stolen. I'm going to get that soon. So, yeah, spy, useless. Don't know why I bothered. Might as well just get the alliance going with them. Oh, no, I can't. The last alliance they've given to someone else. Alas. Could I have them back, please? Thank you. I wonder where they're going to go. Right back to Canada. You never know. Maybe they'll find some other tech. Nuclear espionage. It's useless. I wish it was better, but it's not. Let's see what Republican legacy looks like without it on. Look at market economy instead. Bring back economic union, I say. Chunky production in as many cities as we can. Okay, the world is continuing to flood, but all of my sea lanes are now protected by sea barriers. We're all good. Capital, Earth satellite, 4 turns, decent production in this city. It will only get better, and we can actually rush the projects as well with some amazing builders, which we're going to do. Speaking of, it would have been better for economic union to be the builder card. So I will take the gold hit for stupidity and we'll put this back in, because now I can rush these projects super quickly. This is where I will hopefully catch up with AI a tiny bit, depending on the luck of the draw. Oh, more spies. Well, I might as well send them to Canada. I'm sorry. Where else am I going to send them? World Congress. Well, last time writing was banned. I want to see if we can do that again. 2 points. Doesn't really matter anymore, so we'll vote once on Canada, and World Games, we'll go for that. Oh, duplicate luxuries. We'll go olives for Rome. We've already won this, so we don't really mind if anything goes through or doesn't. Been selling all my favor away as well, so we don't really have the impact we once did. Olives have been banned. Writing is now doubled, and I get, and I lose 2 diplomacy points. I mean, I've already won. I just think that's petty. I'm still on 20 points. It's fine. It still counts. Build a shop. Yes. My first space project. Earth satellite on turn 267. Yes, indeed. Ursa is indeed mortal, just like everyone else. Oh, Greece. Perfect timing. 22 turns and we should get 2-3 techs. That'll really help with the end of the tech tree here. Actually, that's so good. Maybe I need to actually consider running a couple of projects to boost those admiral points. Yeah, I might do that. Navigation. Such a rubbish card. Moon landing, 6 turns. The turns don't matter. It's the builders that are just rushing this through. That's a whole turn off it. Lovely. I mean, Rome is doing a really good job here. They are throwing very powerful rock bands at Canada, and they've actually reduced Canada's tourists from about 375 to 275. So Manatore is now the domestic leader. I'm about to take over though, because I'm about to pick up the collective activism card, which will hugely boost my culture. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25%. Big boost. We should be laughing. We have found smart materials. Oh, we've just stumbled onto it. Amazing. Right. That's a good sign, because right now I don't trust Rome not to win a cultural victory before I was even going to get to the science victory. I mean, I'm rushing as fast as I can, but it's closing in on about turn 300 here. One of the problems I do have is that Canada is not closing their borders to rock bands at the moment, and that is unfortunately one of the things about one more turn. Because the game has already been won, Canada isn't registering Rome properly as a threat, so hasn't blocked their bans from their borders. But what can you do? These are small things. That was about 10 tourists I just picked up from that. Lovely. And synthetic technocracy. Extra power in cities, extra production towards city projects. There's a lot of fun stuff. I would like all of it. I'm also vertically integrated. Helps my capital even more. more, throwing trade routes into this city, Mars colonies in 6 turns that are all, again, still being boosted. Oh, I saw Canada there lose 14,000 tourism. Ouch. That was one rock band. How come the AI can always do that? I might get about 300 tourism and then lose it immediately. Yes, look at that. I have just added so much culture now. I am the new benchmark the game is running on. And now I have synthetic technocracy. Right. 5-year plan, rationalism, public works, market economy, colonial taxes. All of that looks lovely. Let's stick thistle banking in. Democratic legacy, monarchic legacy, collective activism. This should be a pretty good mix of stuff. Actually, let's take out colonial taxes, put in republican legacy, just to keep the core cities happy. So Rome is now getting no tourism from me because of my government, and I'm now boosting my space projects by a little bit as well. Bam. 3 turns until project 3 is up. We're going to go back on ourselves a little bit now and unlock space race so that I can get music censorship, and then we can stop Rome from even coming into our lands. Hopefully that means they could never, even if they wanted to, get a tourism victory on me. We'll see if that pays off, but I think it should. Smart materials. Let's see if the boosted projects are in the same space. I don't know if they will be, but we'll find them if they are. Oh yeah, I'm generating so many domestic tourists now. Sorry, Rome. Late game, you can't put Ursa down. He's irresistible. Mars colony, away we go. And space race gives me integrated space cell for my government. Music censorship will make us a little bit unhappy, but monarchic legacy is just going to have to take the hit on that one. Exoplanet expedition, up you go. Huzzah. Actually, capital isn't happy anymore. Oh dear, I might have to burn 1 charge just to make sure that it's happy. Worth a huge amount of production, about 20 production per turn. That's big. Exoplanet expedition is now gone. I have now started the 4th and final project. We are at 1 light speed, year per turn, and off-world mission is exactly where we thought it would be. I don't know if that's just random chance or if it's always in the last spot, but hey, we managed to skip quite a lot of the tech tree to get that. That's pretty cool. So there you go. We've taken the science lead. Rome hasn't got the last project. Neither has Wilhelmina. Neither has a Minotore. Canada has, but doesn't have nanotech. So nobody can catch me up on science now. Culture-wise, it says victory in 33 turns because they just got a decent rock band with somebody, but I am now earning so many tourists per turn, 4 per turn at the moment, and Rome cannot send rock bands to me that I'm just telling you now, I'm in control of this game. I am the one that decides whether or not Rome wins a culture victory, and I'm just gonna not let them win a culture victory. It's just that simple. So now all it would be is just 4 turns, or less if Grace gives me that tech early, which is unlikely, but you never know. Then we'd have the final projects, we'd be able to rush them through, and we would win. This game is pretty much wrapped up now, and that's ignoring the fact that we actually did win a little while ago. I mean, who needs to worry about the specifics, you know? It doesn't matter. My lord, that's closer to a turn 300 science victory though. I reckon we could probably do this in about 15, 16 turns, something like that. So yeah, it's closer to about turn 300. Normally turn 250 is what I'd expect. It was a really tough start, but not having any abilities to lean on at all. Man, that really hurts. Surprisingly so. More than I would actually think. And I'm thinking even civs that don't have a science bonus, like for instance, Germany, England, Spain, every single one of those has a huge advantage with either trade or settling or general economy, and that in turn helps you to spread faster, fight harder, get richer earlier, and that in turn lets you dominate city-states better and actually go to war, having no bonuses at all. My lord, that was really tough. I mean, admittedly, this start really did make it doubly difficult, but ultimately, none of that matters. We ended up winning. I had a huge amount of fun. I really hope you all did watching this as well. Something a little bit different. I went beyond the normal victory just to show you what the game looked like in the late ages, and actually, there is something I really did enjoy. I love going a little bit later into the game. So many games end between turn 200 and 250, and even now, we're only just ending the atomic era. I like to see the end of the game. It's a lot of fun. Maybe we'll have to play some more really difficult maps. I mean, the map also, yeah, it didn't help. There was no space, but it was so deserty. I mean, yes, I know we got a +6 campus with uranium in it, but there's only so much benefit you'll get from that. Or did I mention as well, from my bay, I actually canaled over here. I quite like that. I made a little double peninsula, so I have a canal and a bridge. Points here for the most beautiful empire made in Civ in some time. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. If you don't mind liking the video, subscribing to the channel, all of that usual YouTube stuff, it makes a huge difference. You really can tell the series when people really engage with it, because YouTube will pump it out to everybody at huge velocity. I am forever grateful, and I am off to the next series now. Hopefully I'll see you there. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy's Ursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Sharky Bates, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluk 79, The Nickerman, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!